You are now tuned in to Boxing Blah Blah Blah, where we blah 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 about everything boxing. In this episode, we discuss Andy Ruiz Jr. fresh off of his okay victory over Chris Arreola. Who's next for him? Wilder? Ortiz? Plus, Ryan Garcia's retirement? I guess the pressure didn't create the diamond. It burst the pipe. Let's go! You are now tuned in to Boxing Blah Blah Blah, where we blah 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 about everything boxing. All right, on today's episode, we got your boy, Almighty, AWMIT, but of course we got my man, BBT Star.
Right, baby.
Exactly. So you know what? It was a heavyweight fight last night. Two Mexican warriors was in the ring. We had Chris Arreola versus Andy Ruiz.
And which was, it was a good fight, man. It was a good fight. I think that.
What's your opinions on that?
I think Andy Ruiz took Chris Arreola for granted first, and early in the fight, if Arreola would have stayed with that pace that he was going, I think we would have had a totally different fight. But he fell out of the pace. He got hit in the wing, right? And that was a big thing because his jab was never the same. And every time he tried to throw a heavy punch, even if it connected with the arm, and it was met halfway, it hurt him. So he was out of the fight from that point on. I didn't know that was a legal punch. See, I always thought that was an illegal punch, but to find out last night that was a legal punch. You're about to see a lot of boxers swinging for the wing. I'm telling you. It's getting ready to happen, man.
Like Holyfield used to hit folks in the shoulders and in the chest, all that kind of stuff, hit him in the hip. Sean Porter was schooling a new young fighter coming up from the amateurs, and he was going to turn him pro. And Sean Porter was like, you had to make sure he understood. It's like different rules. He said, so I'm going to the body on him, and then all of a sudden I hit him hard in the hip. Boom. He was like, hey, man. He's like, nah, that's good. If the ref is on the other side, boom, hitting your hip, you don't have to keep fighting.
It is what it is. You got to keep fighting. I kind of like that, man. What's your opinion on it, Almighty?
Yeah, I mean, I like as long as you're not hitting below the waist, and the kidney shots behind the back and hitting behind the head, I'm fine. I think you wear somebody's shoulders out by punching them, and it takes a few of the ammo out of their weapon. Sure. Holyfield was very famous for that, man. He would definitely tear your shoulders up because most of the time he was the smaller heavyweight in the fight. Let me tear these guys' shoulders up so it can kind of even out our power as best as possible.
Right.
Or at least from throwing it so often because it's worn down.
Makes sense, But I think that Arreola, I think he fought good, man, until that point. And I think that I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna go on and say this, man. I've been wanting to say this. I don't like Ted Goosen as a trainer. I don't like Ted Goosen as a trainer. I don't think that he's aggressive. He seems so passive. The champions that he has had were just champions by nature that he just talked to like he was a spiritual coach. I'm just saying. And maybe
I feel you. Because I don't think Arreola came out with the mindset of destruction. He came out with the mindset of let me counter punch. Yeah. Now he dropped Ruiz because Ruiz, it seemed like he hadn't fought since 2019. That was the fight against Joshua. So it seemed like he was getting off a little ring rush. He seemed like he was a little overconfident at first, like his hand speed was just way quicker. And so it seems like he kind of got overconfident with his punch ability, and then got caught. He got caught, taking him to the corner, trying to lean down and trying to come up with a counter punch. And while he was down, wasn't thinking, and just took one. It's like, ugh. And then in the third round, took a few more. Got stumbled. He was right. The old Arreola would have jumped on him.
True.
But now I say the old Areola, but now it's really the old Areola at 40. Maybe he couldn't jump on it.
See, I'm gonna tell you, I disagree. I gotta disagree. Let me tell you why I disagree. Let me tell you why I disagree. Mm-hmm. Okay, we saw Manny Pacquiao whoop Keith Thurman like he was 25 years old, right? Mm-hmm. Keith Thurman came back later on in the fight, and he made it a fight. Yep. But in the early rounds, from 1 to 6, Pacquiao dominated that thing. Maybe 1 to 7. Okay. Yeah. Areola had, if he as fresh as he was in the beginning, he could have kept the same freshness. Had he had a different trainer that was aggressive, that taught him aggressive boxing, opposed to just passive boxing and just make sure that you boxing and stay out of his way a little bit. And if you can catch him, catch him. This to me is what maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it looked like he was trying to do.
Yeah, and Areola's a bigger guy.
Areola is a bigger guy, so that makes Areola a little faster.
Ruiz was a little faster. Areola was the bigger guy.
But
Ruiz was a little faster. Yeah, it's just the fact that Areola wasn't playing the game to win. It seems like he came in a mental shape to be sharp on what they trained on, which is counter punching and then move.
Trainer.
Exactly. I hear you. And so and I think he was able to take advantage of Ruiz not being in a fight in 2 years, and his overconfidence. But I still think Andy Ruiz won the fight. He threw a lot of punches. He was the aggressor in the whole fight. And being an aggressor, he got dropped, but he kept coming. As soon as he got dropped, he kept coming forward.
He never changed his plan.
Yeah, he made it a Mexican slugfest when he was dizzy in the third round. It was just kind of going back and forth. So I give him credit on that. And so now PBC is trying to get him against Wilder next.
Oh, no. I don't like him and Wilder. I tell you what, everybody's looking over this boy Ortiz. Mm-hmm. Everybody is looking over Ortiz. And I think that's where it needs to be. I think that it needs to be Ruiz versus Ortiz first.
I agree, hands down. I think that's a great fight.
I mean, that's an excellent fight.
I think it's a great fight.
I tell you what, man, it seems like everybody's looking over Ortiz because they're scared.
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys out of New England that he could fight as well. There's a lot of heavyweights.
Freezy. You talking about Freezy? Freezy,
baby.
Freezy ain't ready.
Man, give Freezy a shot, man. Give Freezy a shot and let Freezy start to come up, man. Freezy can do it. Freezy have faster hands than Andy Ruiz.
I mean, yeah, but not faster combos. He got a faster leaping power punch. Like what I see from Freezy all the time is he like to get down low and then spring up with that Cobra Strike left hook or right hook or whatever he's throwing. And whichever one, he can throw both of them. And he's throwing very wild. He don't throw a lot of straight punches. Every time I see him, I mean, he's swinging from the moon. He'll get down real low like he's thinking he's Mike Tyson, and all of a sudden, and then when he lands, it's gonna cause some damage. But I saw him a few times land, and the guy didn't drop, and he was just kind of sitting there open, like taking a picture after his shot. Like, boom, I landed something, take a picture right quick. Against somebody else, he's gonna get hit right there. And I think someone who throws straight punches right down the pipe will get problems. Yeah, I think Wilder get rid of breathing. I think Ruiz, Ortiz, all that. I would rather see Freezy go up against Areola first.
I would love to see that.
I would love to see that first.
Because I think that would be good for Freezy, but I would love to see the next heavyweight fight. Mm-hmm. I would love to see Ruiz versus Ortiz.
Me too. That's number one on my list, actually. I'd rather see well, I can't say that, but that's real close to Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury to me. Because I just think Ortiz is just underrated. I like how he be looking menacing and spitting in the ring the whole time. You know what I'm saying? He be looking at you. Keep spitting. You know, I be training for, I got it from him. I be training folks, they throw me a weak jab. I slap that shit down and be like, throw me that weak jab like that no more. What's wrong with you? I get that from Ortiz, you know what I'm saying? It's very menacing and demeaning, like just spitting While we fighting, I ain't gonna wait till the break. We get in the corner, spit in my bucket, and I'm gonna spit right here in the ring.
I'm gonna spit right here.
That's on you.
This dude, man, they are actually genuinely scared of Ortiz.
Yeah, man, they are.
The person who was scared of Ortiz was Deontay Wilder.
Yep. And the only reason why he won because he had that lethal power.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Because he was getting his butt rocked by Ortiz.
In both fights. Yeah.
In both fights. You hear me? Exactly. So my thing is, I would love to see a good fight, but I would love to see a fight that's gonna make sense. Yeah. And please, somebody, I don't care who does it, but please stop Ted Goosen from training.
I hear you. And you know what? Who else I want to see in this whole little mix? Like the heavyweights have gotten back interesting. Of course, I want to see Tyson and Joshua, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. I want to see Wilder against what's his name from England, who was laughing at him, and then he got
William. That's his last name.
What's his last? Dillian White.
Dillian White.
I want to see Wilder versus Dillian White. Ortiz versus Ruiz.
Dillian White.
Yes. Maybe
Ortiz.
Yeah, he can fight Ortiz. That second cluster, I wouldn't mind seeing any of them fight each other. I wouldn't mind seeing Wilder fight Ruiz, Dillian White. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Joe Joyce. Yeah, I mean that little cluster, it should be a little round robin right in there. And round robin should be set up. Deontay still got his third fight with Fury.
And you got so many people. What's the other guy that's in England? This guy, and he was out for a while, but nobody really called this guy's name. He had a couple of fights, knocked out a couple of people. I'm gonna remember this guy's name. I'm gonna bring it back up in the next one next week. But
all right,
this nobody ever really talked about this guy. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever put this guy out there, man. But he had a fight with Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua ended up knocking him out. And I know I'm not talking about Dillian White.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say this guy's last name was Williams or something like this.
But light-skinned dude got dropped, seemed like his soul came out, and there was a whole bunch of memes on him.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of memes.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. I just cannot think of his name. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker.
That's who Joseph Parker.
That's exactly what Joseph Parker.
Yes, they had so many Instagram memes on that knockout. Man, like his soul crumbled. And then they showed the soul coming up, leaving, got his bags, took his luggage to heaven. Hey, they show his soul. They show his spirit on the little transporter. You know, at the airport where you make you walk by yourself. They show his soul on there with his luggage, shouted. Going to heaven. Man.
After that, no more fights, man. It was fight over. I'm done. Don't even count him as a boxer no more.
Hey, man. But I still like him, though. I still like him in that little mix, though, too.
I still like him. And I think that if given a chance, this dude, man, could come out, make this thing look good. Mm-hmm. But, man, you can't get knocked out like that.
Can't get knocked out like that. Yeah, at all. And named Joseph Parker, and Spider-Man was coming out and all that. It was too much. Too much. All right, but all right, so segueing on to what you brought up last time that I wasn't even up on was Ryan Garcia's retirement and all that, man. I was like, wait a minute, man, that's the weakest fighter that's out here right now, man. You know how many other fighters got hardcore excuses for not making a fight? How many times Adrian Broner came out with all kind of mental issues and he get clowned for it? But Ryan Garcia, he gets praised for it. Oh, he's so strong and brave for coming out and talking about his mental illness. Man, this man has been rich since I don't know how long. Beautiful fiance is out on vacation. He's on vacation in Hawaii.
I mean, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, that could be part of your mental healing, but at the same time, man, it's other fighters out here who need that money, who need it.
I told y'all about Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
I told you that this guy here wasn't what he seemed to be.
He just got fast hands. That's it.
And that's it. I told y'all that was it. The baddest person out. And I see is somebody calling Lopez out now. I want to try. No, not Devin Haney. It was another guy. He called him out. Man, this boy just had a fight too. And I just saw he called out Lopez. I don't think he's ready for it because Lopez is a different level, man. That's almost like getting in a supercharged racer, man, and you used to driving a Pinto. You know what I'm saying? You're not ready for the speed. And he is not ready for the speed of a Lopez right now, man. We're talking probably the best fighter, probably, I think, that will cover 2 divisions. Teofimo Lopez, man. Teofimo Lopez.
Hey, man, did you see Shakur Stevenson on Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson? Shakur Stevenson said Devin Haney is the better boxer. He said, man, Devin Haney is better than Teofimo Lopez. He said Teofimo hits harder. He said Teofimo hits harder. He said, but Devin got way more.
Teofimo has power, and Devin Haney has power. But Devin Haney doesn't hit as hard as Teofimo.
Devin Haney does not have the power that Teofimo has. I get it. But he got 10 times the skill.
Now I'm gonna tell you, I got to give Ruiz this. I have never seen a heavyweight, and it's even down to Ali, with a better 1-2 than Ruiz. Have you seen it? Did you see this boy's 1-2 last night?
His 1-2s are great.
Oh my Lord.
Lennox Lewis had a good 1-2. Vitaly Klitschko had a good 1-2.
They didn't come that fast. Lennox Lewis had a beautiful, but you knew where the second one was coming, and you could see it coming. With Ruiz, the 1-2 came so quick it was like one. And it was
it came so fast, it was like one.
It was like one. And it was times I looked at Areola and said, I couldn't see where it was coming from. I know he in the ring.
No, you couldn't. I like it. Yeah, Andy Ruiz is definitely one of the fastest heavyweights all the time. Mike Tyson had a fast 1-2. Ali had a fast 1-2. Mike Tyson had a fast 1-2.
Joe Frazier had a fast 1-2.
Who?
Joe Frazier.
He was relying on that left hook. He was way more relying on that wide left hook.
Yeah, you are right. You're right.
But I definitely saw Lennox and Klitschko. Because Klitschko, all he had was a 1 and a 2. He didn't really throw too much else. It was 1 to lean on you.
But I tell you this right here, Emmanuel Stewart, Lord rest his soul, was a great trainer. Oh, yeah. He was an excellent trainer. Oh, yeah. He was the best thing that the Gooses had in their camp that was training the fighters. Iran Barkley, right? Yeah. Thomas Hearns, Lennox Lewis, the Klitschkos, both of them. You got to look at it. It wasn't Goosen.
He even had a Donna Stevenson doing this thing.
Oh my Lord. I forgot about him. Yeah. He was a nightmare to people, man.
Yeah, he was, man. Yeah.
Dude hit so hard, man. I'm talking about, man. So you got to look at it. Getting back to what we was talking about with Ryan Garcia retirement, I think that's a terrible thing. Yeah. I think it's a waste. I think he took food off people's plates.
Yeah, man.
And I don't even think he need to be back in boxing, man. I wouldn't look at another Ryan Garcia fight.
I think he should be suspended for a minute, man, because he keep just pumping up fights and then don't do it. Oh, I'm gonna fight Tank next. Don't. Oh, I'm gonna fight Devin Haney. Because I'm in this eliminator to get his belt. He win the eliminator and then don't fight Devin Haney. Oh, I'm fighting Pacquiao. Didn't fight Pacquiao. Oh, I'm fighting.
I don't think he want to box.
No,
I don't think he want to box. I think that Ryan Garcia want to go out now and have fun. He got a little notoriety, right? I think he want to just go out and have fun, man. He's a kid, really. When we're looking at it, this is a kid.
But you know who else a kid? All the rest of them.
That's right.
Tank, Teofimo, Devin Haney.
Tank kids. Things. He
all them kids. Shakur Stevenson. All them kids. They're the same age.
Yeah. But Tank, I've never heard Tank say I'm ready to walk away from boxing. I'm ready to take food off people's plates.
Tank came from the streets of Baltimore, man. He ain't come from
one of the hardest ones, I think.
Ryan Garcia been coddled. You could tell he been coddled. And even with his promotion teams, with De La Hoya wanted him to step up a little bit, and he was playing that game. And now he's playing the whole Canelo game. Well, I'm just gonna try to pick who I want because I'm the biggest star. And it's like, man, you just need to sit down, man, because Javier Fortuna was probably gonna eat him up.
Yeah,
probably gonna.
I agree with you.
It's gonna be like, all right, the cash cow is dead now.
Yeah.
Right now, you can still make money with Jake Paul and them by hitting them in the stomach hard you can. You know what I'm saying? You do that kind of stuff. But Ryan Garcia. It's now, instead of the Fantastic Four, it's more like the Terrific Three.
I mean, so we have Lopez.
And if Lomachenko is able to beat Nakatani coming up, he's gonna be back in there, and it's gonna be back to a fabulous four.
Well, I tell you what,
Nakatani is gonna be hard work for him because he's tall as hell. And
well,
that's the one who gave Teofimo all the trouble. And Teofimo was like, I ain't fighting no more tall folks.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I don't see how Lomachenko is wanting this fight, but I see how he need this fight.
I do too.
You know,
he got to get back in. He got to fight somebody for real.
And the best way to get back in is fighting somebody who nobody else want to fight.
Exactly. And he ain't fighting Devin Haney right now. That would have been a good way to get back in.
That would have been a good one.
Oh, the person who got my belt, let me get my belt back.
Let me get my belt back. And but it says a whole lot. And I'm starting to look at this thing, man. I still think Devin Haney I don't think that he's a pushover, but I don't think that Devin Haney has these skills because he got a good fight coming up.
He fighting the skills, man. Just go get his belt.
He fighting the guy.
Just go get his belt. If he ain't got the skills, go get his belt.
That's true, but you know, he fighting the guy with a solid chin and who can punch.
Yeah. The next fight, the toughest competition is between Haney fight with Linares and between Lomachenko fight with Nakatani. Kambosos is looking pretty sharp too right now. Teofimo might have his hand full with Kambosos.
I doubt it.
Man, Teofimo, man, he seems like he's on a little high horse right now, and that's my problem. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Teofimo fan. I am. I just don't think he's better than Devin Haney. And I think that when all the lightweights said the easiest one to beat is Teofimo, and they the ones who grew up in the amateurs with him.
Right.
You know, it's like you in the neighborhood and you playing basketball with all your neighborhood friends. You know who got picked last all the time. You see what I'm saying? And then y'all get into college, and it's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, he's still the one coming off the bench. Then y'all get into the pros. Oh, y'all hype because such and such beat. Nah, they sorry as hell. He's sorry as hell. So it's the same thing. I see it like that.
I tell you what.
All of them picked Teofimo as the worst one. Come on, man. Let's say something. Mm-hmm. Let's say something. That's everybody says that's gonna be the easiest.
Here's the way I look at it. Teofimo really don't have too much to prove to nobody. You tell me what he has to prove. He's the undisputed. He's the undisputed lightweight champion
with the best resume.
With the best resume.
Yes.
What does he have to prove?
He has to prove that he's really undisputed and quit being out here lying.
He's undisputed.
He's not.
He's undisputed.
Haney has the other belt.
Devin Haney has a belt.
Suleiman said that Devin Haney has the other belt. You're not undisputed until you get the other belt.
It was given to.
No, it wasn't. Are you talking about to who?
It was given to Devin Haney.
All right. So if you say that, all right. So if you say that, then how does Teofimo get it? It was given to him. If he's gonna be undisputed and he didn't fight Devin Haney for the belt, then he was given a belt.
You gotta look at
2 belts. He was given a franchise French fries belt that don't mean nothing, and then he was also given. Then he was given Devin Haney's belt. Then. So if you talk about giving belts, Teofimo
went in there and he hands down. I'm talking hands down. Nobody doubting it. Nobody look at it. I looked at the fight. I judged the fight.
You know what undisputed means?
The rounds he lost.
You know what undisputed means?
Undisputed means he has all the belts.
Right, exactly. So he doesn't have all the belts. His next fight is not for all the belts.
But you got to look at it.
His next fight is not for all the belts. It's for 3 belts, not 4. It's for 3.
It's for 3 belts.
You know why it's not for 4?
The WBC
doesn't have a 4th belt. That's why. It's not
the
about that.
The WBC belt was given to him. So the way I look at it is, he has a portion of a WBC belt. He has both of the major belts. So he has 3 out of the 4.
Right.
So 3.
That's not undisputed. That's unified. That's not undisputed. He's going around saying he's undisputed. And
I gotta agree with Lopez.
No, it's a dispute. It's a dispute.
Lopez,
you don't have 4 belts.
It's
a dispute. Okay, if he's undisputed and Kambosos wins, Kambosos should get all 4 belts. He can't. He can only get 3 belts because Teofimo does not have the 4th belt.
Wait, you look at it. Teofimo has a portion. Hold on, wait. He has a portion of the 4th belt.
No, he don't. He don't have nothing of the 4th belt.
He has a baby.
When he beat Lomachenko didn't have the belt. So who did you beat to get the belt then? Nobody. Yeah. Lomachenko didn't have the belt.
I like his theory. He is undisputed, and we have to go with what the boxing world says. The boxing world says he's undisputed.
No, the boxing world doesn't say that. No, the boxing world doesn't say that. He and his dad, the only ones who say that.
Well,
and the Teofimo disciples, and the Teofimo disciples like yourself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but
that's my fighter.
I know, and I'm sticking with Devin Haney out of that until Shakur Stevenson gets in there, and then I got them 1A, 1B. I don't know.
Shakur will never get in there. He'll never come up to that weight class.
Yeah, he's trying to do that as soon as he's only 5 pounds behind.
I mean, I don't see him having the same success. I think he should stay where he is.
Are you kidding me? The best defense in boxing.
I gotta give you that. We are in direct agreement. The best defense in boxing.
With
the
power.
only agree with is this boy's power. 5 pounds.
Last fight he fought, man, dropped dude to the body. Just you know how he really
Shakur is a fast fighter. I would love to see Shakur fight Lomachenko.
He'll dominate Lomachenko. He's been asking for that fight forever. Lomachenko running from him too. Lomachenko understands. Shakur, Devin Haney, stay away from them too. That's who he wanted to fight. That's the main reason what made Lomachenko go up to 135. Remember, Lomachenko been saying, this ain't my real weight. I need to go back to 130. But he's not because he knows who's waiting on him.
So he get in the ring with my fighter, right? Mm-hmm. With Lopez, and he feel like he can come in and dominate. And what did Lopez do? Lopez went in there and manhandled him, man. He was a bigger man. He looked like a daddy beating up on his son, like I told you not to talk back to your mama. You know what I'm saying? And he went to whooping you. So I'm gonna tell you, man, look, I know you like Devin Haney. I like Lopez. If they could make this fight happen, man, we got a lot to talk about.
Hey, Lopez, his credit, says his next fight, if he gets through Kambosos, is going to be against Devin Haney because he's tired of everyone saying you don't have all the belts. So he even understands it. So it's like, all right, so you got to do it, man. You got to do it. Go ahead.
If he fight Devin Haney, I'm telling you, man, he's going to beat Devin Haney.
Hey, man, we can put a little wage on it.
For the first time, you know, I usually go $5 and stop. For the first time, I'm gonna go $10.
How about we go 20 Dogecoin? Yeah, I tell you what though, man, we're gonna return next week. And we're gonna have some more hot topics. I gotta get out of here. We gotta wrap this thing on up. With that Dogecoin, he ain't like that. But that's my man BBT Star right there. Hey, I am your boy AWL Mighty. And this is boxing, blah, blah, blah. Well, we blah, blah, blah about everything boxing. And right now we are signing out.
One day I'm gonna show you guns.